Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
That's the critical question. How do you guarantee that neutrality? So the Pakrono Tidum won Brashe Baby Speaker presiding over the affairs. So no debate na or no ye be trena dream. Ejina fa. Ye kwato aba oka ho oto aba ejina fa and so on. How then can you establish the speaker's impartiality?
Deputy Speaker Kwatrema, he should lose his right to vote.
Of course, as soon as he sees that, he becomes the speaker.
And then what happens to his constituents then?
Fantastic. Kwame, what bisa? You be doing now. Any entry, you do what is here.
Yeah.
What bisa some Kwame? And then who call parliament? What? Parliamentary committees. No, some members of parliament.
No correct.
Members of parliament. One would be ban chairman of parliamentary committee.
But I could be the chairman. Yeah.
Exactly. Chairman of parliamentary committees, no, do not have original votes. What many members of parliament? Are they not representing constituencies?
But they have a casting vote.
Yes, but they lose their original vote. I didn't hear.
It doesn't make any difference.
It makes a lot of difference.
What if
only one member of parliament?
Yes.
Is he not representing the constituency?
So maybe.
So why is he prevented from voting in some instances?
No. Kwesi, our casting vote.
Our casting vote. So he still has a vote.
They say the casting vote is not the same as the original vote. Are you arguing on this matter?
Nobody's arguing on it.
Fantastic.
So
why is
but it does not make any difference.
It does make a difference.
It doesn't.
Ben Meba, as a speaker,
yes,
acting as a speaker,
yes,
why should he lose his casting vote?
Kwame.
Yes.
Argument I say. Say or yet member of parliament not representing constituency. At all times they should be able to vote as members of parliament. Is that not the argument? I'm saying, say, in the case of parliamentary committees, members of parliament under some circumstances are not allowed to vote.
No, the chairman of the committees.
Yes, but they are members of parliament.
Only where the vote wouldn't matter. Get it clear.
But they are not
the vote
allowed
doesn't
to
matter.
vote in
where
all
the vote wouldn't matter, no. Whether he votes or he doesn't vote, it doesn't matter.
Okay,
no. When it matters, he votes.
That is
the essence of voting is to make a difference. So voting and make impact. Yeah, what's the point?
Jack. Better how we kasa wakasa bebre mem ye manu anka
he say once a while we this is our life
and once a while the money loss because then you man doss and I'm not happy
and also because I'm telling you what happens the practice
fantastic
nankasa na make catch on
massa in principle the fact is that members of parliament under some circumstances are not allowed to vote.
Okay, let's move on.
The fact of members of parliament not being allowed to vote, it is not just at the level of the speaker and so on. Martin Sembebre Mitia Namiyama Shimi say wine. Back when Martin said, and I'm said deputy speakers and retire on their salaries. They cannot be the equivalent of speakers. And also free for logic no. Logic no. Where is that logic coming from? Why? Deputy speakers are deputy speakers. Deputy speakers are not speakers. That's a fact. But when deputy speakers move and sit in that chair with the gavel, they exercise the powers of speakers. They do not exercise the powers of speakers because they have the same salary with the speaker. They exercise the powers of speaker clearly because in that position, they are performing functions of the speaker. And in that position, as they perform the functions of speaker, they are expected to rise above the partisanship in the house. And how do they rise above the partisanship in the house? When they are voting and debating and so on. It is not why Masa Sabai Ananka Yang Kotuaba 2020 December 2020 and Yanko 137 this matter would never arise.
That's true.
This matter would never have arisen.
Well, it's here now.
This matter has arisen because Yakonya 137. And decision making in the house, a bad thing. So clearly, the Supreme Court should have realized, whatever decisions they make, is based on Psalm 137. How to make sure, a bit to me, Adani no dia yeduma. The Supreme Court should have realized that. Why? Lawyer fui and penny for kentinka omuyamra, omunimumra, and so on. Omuna de biara omukasha ya kasa se we say the purposive interpretation of law. Muna de biara mukasha me man ko law school yibi. Me nimu law. Muni etie mu an ye di boy bra. Muna de biara mukasha the purposive interpretation of law. And you say, oh, share the purposive interpretation of law. What is the purpose of this interpretation? The purpose of this interpretation is to allow the so-called majority to carry the day, even as we have 137. That's the effect. That is the effect, no other effect. No, papa, no. The papa money away. For the judiciary now to be making decisions about how voting can be carried in the house.
Now, say yenya sa issues yenya Supreme Court near the beko. Hefa bi ona ke the beko.
Oh, Kwame, say me no bi actually, me no bi say yenya sa issues here. It me the Supreme Court. Me no bi actually. But Supreme Court no so ye decisions, so we are entitled to examine the decisions of the Supreme Court and to comment on the decisions of the Supreme Court.
Very freely.
That's all. Why? That Supreme Court here bonny. But Supreme Court that in this scenario, ordinary Ghanaians, woman ko school da. Yanuma ye minimum right to send omo being omo diti hon. We are entitled to comment on it, and that's exactly what we are doing.
This FM 104.3. Good to meet you.